If you're into XRP and Ripple Labs, I've got a great story for you. It has to do with the Voyager bankruptcy case. The judge just put out a ruling which is going to help out Team Ripple Labs against Gary Gensler and the SEC. By the way, USDC market cap is slipping nearly half of what Tether's is right now. We have more banks laying off staff as, yes, the cash crunch continues. All that and more coming up next. Good morning, crypto and Web3 fans, and oh, do I got a video for you. And next week is going to be a massive week that I know a lot of you are going to participate in. Stick around so you don't miss the announcement. Bitcoin sitting at 24,754, ETH 1650, XRP highlight of the show, not feeling any love recently here with the latest rally. XRP sitting at 36 cents, down 1.74% last 24 hours. XLM, other friend of the show, sitting at 8.4, down 1.5%. All right, let's get to some stuff here. Crypto bank Anchorage Digital cutting workforce by 20%. The only federally chartered crypto bank in the U.S., Anchorage Digital, revealed on Tuesday it's initiating a strategic alignment, aka we don't have the money to continue like this, so we need to cut costs, which means, yep, they will be reducing their workforce by 20%. The press release cited regulatory conditions in the United States as one of the key reasons behind the decision. So not only the regs are affecting crypto companies, but now the peripherals too, going, hey, well, wait a minute, let's just reduce our workforce. U.S. regs are too much to comply with. It's just too much of a mess. We heard the same thing now from Coinbase. We've heard the same thing from KuCoin and the same thing from Nexo. And Nexo was like, yo, Alaska, California, and the feds weren't even agreeing on stuff. So Gary Gensler doing what he can to shut down the economy. Hey, maybe Gary Gensler's putting more pressure on the economy than Jerome Powell raising rates. Let me know what you think of that down below. And here is the press release from Anchorage Digital, because as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. But now you want to know about that big week next week, right, everyone? The big week that most of you I know are going to be participating in based on your comments in the live streams. Well, here we go. March 20th to 26th is Celebrate Bud Tenders during Bud Tender Appreciation Week, everyone. Here we go. That's right. The second annual Tether B Week, March 20th to 26th, features education and connection for bud tenders across Canada, showing support to my friends north of the border. So celebrate there. But let's get into some serious news. Tether's stablecoin market cap now double USDC after Silicon Valley Bank chaos. All right, so what happened was USDC had $3.3 billion tied up into that. Now, as soon as that news was made, USDC depegged, right, at 88 cents, okay? They depegged and people started withdrawing en masse of USDC. Now, what happened was Janet Yellen, Fed came in and they said, look, we're going to make depositors whole. So now you've got USDC circle action going, you know what? Our money should be safe. We should be okay with the $3.3 billion. But you know what the market said? Don't care. We're moving the Tether. Check out these market caps. All right, so first things first. This is Tether over the last month. Tether's market cap started here just right at 69 billion. Nice. We're now sitting at just over 74 billion, right at 74 and a half, okay? So in 1 month, we've seen some decent move on the way up for Tether in terms of market cap, right? More people going into that action. Look at USDC. This is the 1 month chart. And you can see right here when the exposure happened, how much they dropped. At the height, right before exposure, 43.5 billion. And now we're sitting at 37.5. So even though they were able to repeg, as you can see here, people pulled out of USDC due to their traditional finance banking exposure risk. Here's the problem with crypto. Any money that you're not using, right, that you have in cash, like with these banks, you're putting it in banks, right? Banks are putting it in bonds. Bonds are messed up. We've already talked about that. So these crypto companies don't hold their cash in like their, like mattress. They put it in banks. And that's what people are worried about. They're like, whoa, wait a minute here. How many more people are at exposure to this? How many more banks are having a cash crunch that crypto companies, stablecoins and so forth, their reserves are put in, their reserves are at risk? That's why you see this mess here. So when we look at Tether's market cap, sitting right here at 74.5, and you've got USDC now at 37.5. That is crazy stuff to see USDC at half of the market cap that Tether was. Now remember, not too long ago, everyone, USDC was roaring. Look at this, 56 billion in market cap. People are losing faith in USDC over this last year. So now on to the story that I know you're all here for, and no, it's not Bud Tender Week, although that is pretty cool. Voyager Judge provides Ripple another victory argument in the battle versus SEC. Bankrupt lender Voyager recently received approval from bankruptcy judge Wiles through a ruling to sell its assets and transfer its customers' assets to Binance, even though the Department of Justice vetoed the decision. In the ruling, Wiles addresses the ambiguous legal situation for the crypto industry with strong words, and this is going to be coming from the judge. Regulators themselves cannot seem to agree as to whether cryptocurrencies are commodities that may be subject to regulation by the CFTC or whether they are securities regulation by the SEC. Neither, or even what criteria should be applied in making the decision. This uncertainty has persisted despite the fact that cryptocurrency exchanges have been around for a number of years. This all has to do with the fair notice warning that Ripple Labs received from the SEC or didn't receive a fair warning early enough. The good news is this for XRP fans, and let's blow it out big screen. All right, so here's the good news, and I did a video on it yesterday that kind of started explaining this. Without regulations, new ones, right, coming from Congress, we have to rely upon the courts, and that's what the judge is saying here. The judge is saying, hey, look, guys, exchanges have been around for years, and you haven't designed any of these new laws or applications to these new technologies. So because of that, fair notice, yeah, Ripple Labs, see what I'm talking about here? The judge now is even starting to rule, and that's what I like about this, and that's where we're going to be saved in the United States with these judges, because they're looking at it going, you know what? The laws that are on the books right now don't apply to this stuff. Exchanges have been around. You're not moving fast at all. Fair notice. This helps out Ripple Labs heavily. Let's get back to what Jeremy Hogan said, and then we're going to talk even more. According to Jeremy Hogan, a popular attorney in the XRP community, this wording could be a winning argument based on the fair notice defense for Ripple in its case against the XEC. The fair notice defense stems from the due process clause of the U.S. Constitution and requires that the wording of a criminal statute be clear enough to objectively show what is prohibited. And that's the problem. Without these new regs, the SEC is using old laws, Securities Act from 33 and 34, and applying it to technology now. We didn't even have the right laws when the internet came out. How the hell are you going to do it with crypto and Web3 technology? Hogan continues to say, look for Ripple to file the Voyager Judge's bankruptcy decision in support for its fair notice defense. It's good to see a judge put into words the problem that crypto faces. So yes, more support for XRP for secondary sales, more support for Ripple Labs as a company with fair notice action of Voyager. A lot of things are stacking up on the side of Ripple Labs and XRP going against the SEC, and all we got right now saving us, all of us. Not just everyone in the United States, but this is the whole world. Because remember, financially, bad decisions and bad things in the United States affect crypto all over the world. It's the courts, everyone. We're going to be leaning heavily on the courts and seeing what these decisions say. How do they apply to the greater crypto good? The judge is exactly right. Congress, we've had crypto for years and years and years, and we haven't come up with any new regs. Total mess. Judges now are stepping in, and that's good news. You want entertainment outside of crypto? You want to see what I do for fun? That's this channel right here. Check it out. Everything from training, working out, hiking, camping, car camping, male enhancement pills. Yeah, I'm trying some now. You want crypto Web3 action? That's this video right here. Now, until more news breaks, I'm going to actually run this morning. You cool cats, though, have a great rest of your day.